Hi, this is Kristen. Today I wanted to talk about some tools that empaths can use for dealing with tricky people or a tricky energy. So, for me, this took an especially long time to get this. And I was told this quite a few different times in many different ways before I finally got it. So, what I'm hoping is that I can explain it to you in a way that you'll get it easier than I did. Um, so, first of all, if you are an empath, what I would start to realize and recognize is that you are a master of energies and you process energies fairly fast, like a lot faster than most people. That made it easier for me when I started to acknowledge that. And also, being an empath is a superpower, but we often misidentify it and misapply it, as sometimes a lot of energies can be overwhelming, especially if we dive into other people's energies or their timelines or their realities. So, what if you start to look at where you are diving into other people's timelines and realities instead of resisting that? Where we get stuck sometimes as an empath is where we resist any energies. So if you stop resisting these energies and be present, would this be more helpful to you? So really look at that, okay? Being present in the energy and not resisting it. So, and what I would get as an empath is really how much I was diving into other people's timelines. And timelines was especially a big word for me, as I would sometimes go into like their past or their future, or even then I would start to process my past and my future, like, oh, I need to do this in the future, or oh, this happened in the past. So I wasn't very present in their timeline or present when I was speaking with them. So basically keep looking at where are you going into their own timeline instead of being present in your own space. And like I said, I would start to really notice how I was going into their past or their future with them, and then I would start talking, like thinking, oh, I need to do this, like I've got a million things to do, and I would start going into the future of what I needed to do instead of staying present in the energy when I was talking to them. So a trick to stay present is to really go into an expansive heart energy. Don't contract your energy. And in fact, look as an empath how much you do contract your energy when you're around people and you diminish yourself. Don't do that. Expand your energy out. And then look that person, stop whatever you're doing. As a lot of times, sometimes I would start doing things if I was in an energy that I would judge as harsh or too much or whatever, or annoying. And what I would do is and this is what I do, is I stop whatever I'm doing. I'm very present. I look at the person. I look at them in the eyes. I look at their hair. I really listen and stay present and neutral in their words. I don't judge anything that they're saying. I just look at them. And then the superpower here is you start to transmute that energy. And it may be you only transmute it for yourself, but that's cool. But you may also transmute it for them too. And then when I really started to do this, I would get that person was like, oh, she's finally listening to me. And it actually made me want to cry when I would pick up on that energy from them, as that wasn't true. I was always listening to them. And empath, you pick up on so many different energies when you're talking to somebody. So you're always listening, but you can give the misconception that you're not listening, which was not true. So it made the energy much easier to be present in, because that person was like, okay, like we're actually talking. And as an empath, sometimes you don't need to talk, because you process information and you process energy so quickly. Like, it's not necessary for you to talk, because you already know what the person's going to say before they even say it, because you know energy. However, for the other person, they want to talk about it. They want to feel acknowledged. They want to feel heard. So staying present gives them that chance to do that. So you have to look at, okay, if they do speak, which it sounds funny sometimes, but if I just take the time to actually let them say the words, even though I know what they're going to say, if I actually let them speak, is that going to create more for both of us? And usually the answer is yes. Okay. So, and I know that sounds funny, but I think sometimes you already know, you're just fast at processing energy. So just staying present really does help. And staying in a heart space helps as well. And it took me a few times, like it's like you actually have to go through this exercise of being very present in all energies, whatever it is, and just paying attention and being in the present moment and in a heart space. And if you keep doing this, you'll start to notice that all energies become easier. We are infinite beings, we are all energies. So sometimes energies will come up simply so that we stop resisting it. Our inner guidance will keep presenting an energy to us if we either need to transmute any judgment we have on it or just to acknowledge that we also are that energy as well. So sometimes that will keep coming up so we can be present in that space. And like I said, being an empath, your superpower is you, if you're present and you come from a heart space and you allow all energies to be around you, you can transmute any energy for yourself, and then in turn it starts to transmute energy around you, and it makes things easier. It may not transmute it in that person, and that's okay. It could, sometimes it does, but it starts to make it easier. It starts to flow the energy and make all energies possible. So you have this power, so what if you start using it more often? Okay, and what if you start recognizing that too? All right, thank you so much. Take care. Bye.